Hey, what's up everyone? In this video we're going to be taking our first look at the Hyperion Elite version 2.
Oh, that was fun, really fun. Oh, back to the studio.
Right guys, so before we get into the first impressions of this bad boy, I need you to smash that subscribe button, give this video the thumbs up, share the channel with all your running buddies, and get down in that description. There's some cool links down there, including a link to the Facebook running group that we've got, the Fordy Runs running community. Get down there and make sure you join that as well. Right, so first impressions of this bad boy. I'm quite excited about this shoe, and I'll tell you why in just a sec. Right guys, so here it is, version 2, the Hyperion Elite. Now version 1 was a real dud, and I'm not really sure why that was still on sale at £240 on the Brooks website, but anyway, let's put version 1 to a side, because as soon as that dropped, there was pictures of this coming out, version 2. But we'll forget version 1 ever existed, because as I say, it was just a real dud. Anyway, right, so Brooks, all is forgiven. Version 2 is here. Where do we start? Let's get into some of the stats, features like we always do, and then we'll go from there, how it feels and all that sort of stuff. Firstly, the price, which is, I don't understand this, it's $250, which is a load of money for a running shoe. But okay, all right, that's in line with some of the other hyper shoes out there at the moment. But yeah, $250. Now this shoe is super lightweight, 7.6 ounces, which is great news. You've got this, and this is probably one of the biggest changes in the shoe, this updated nitrogen infused DNA flash midsole. Now this balances out ultra lightweight with energy return and durability. You've also got rapid roll technology, which is encouraging a fast turnover. So you've got like a bevel on the heel and a rocker on the front. I'll show you that in a second. You've got a carbon plate in it, which is carried over anyway. You've got a midsole stack height, which is increased by 2 mil from the other version. So we've now got 37 in the back and 29 in the front. So that's an 8 mil drop. What else have we got? Now, according to Brooks, DNA Flash will maintain cushioning responsiveness for between 300 and 600 kilometers, which is quite a lot. A big claim that is, because the old version, they said you'll get like 50 miles in it. So they're really talking about durability with this shoe. So there we go. Now the updated midsole, I think, is one of the major talking points of this shoe. As you can see, what I was talking about the bevel there. And we've got this rapid roll tech, a bit like speed roll from the Sauconys, actually. And then you've got this sort of rocker on the front. And you know what? You can feel it. It is a really nice turnover from heel to toe. And I just couldn't help myself but run fast in the shoe. And I think that's my biggest takeaway on the first sort of impressions, is how much the turnover makes you want to run faster. And it really reminded me of the Vaporfly, the Next Percent Vaporfly from Nike, but a much more stable version of that. I think with that Zoom X and the sort of narrowness in the shoe, the Vaporfly, you can sort of bob about a bit, especially when you come off the gas. But with this, you kind of get that, but you get the more of a stable ride, if that makes any sense. The upper is super breathable. I mean, it's almost like there's nothing there. Lacing is what it is. There's a collar of padding, foam around there, so that's kind of nice. Fits really beautifully around the ankle. It just feels like a racing shoe, which is great. The outsole, you've got elements of rubber on it, and then you've got this exposed DNA flash, which is cool. So yeah, I mean, what's the best way to describe it? Okay. Springy and bouncy, combined with a sort of roll. Don't think I've done a very good job. It's just a really nice, it's just a really great turnover from heel to toe. It's actually you know, I've got the Asics Meta Racer, which is my favourite like 10k shoe at the moment. It's just a more sort of plush version of that. I like the addition of the stack height, but the introduction of the DNA flash is brilliant actually, and it makes me wonder now. It's giving me a problem actually. For my marathon in October, do I run this or do I run the Saucony Speed? Now the Saucony Speed is more of a training shoe, I suppose. You would say it's obviously a lot cheaper. This is more of a racing shoe, so it's probably a little bit unfair to compare it against the Saucony on the basis the Saucony is £155 here in the UK. So it's a bit unfair. This is more of a hyper shoe, so we should be probably looking more at the Meta Racer, the Alpha Fly, and the Saucony Endorphin Pro. But the feeling I was getting was like the Speed, that really nice roll through it with the DNA flash, which was just giving me, like I say, that sort of Vaporfly next percent. Now let me know in the comments, do you know what I'm talking about in terms of the Vaporfly next percent? That ride that you get from that shoe is quite explosive, and it's just begging you to go faster. And that's what this shoe was kind of giving me on these first runs. It was just saying, go on, now let's have a go at this. And I think because of the weight of it, and because you've got that stack height with the DNA flash and the roll technology, it was just saying, no, come on, let's have it. Let's just go for this. Let's really see what we got. And I love that about a shoe. I love the characteristics of a shoe where it's sort of daring you to run faster. And I love that. As I say, I don't know what it's going to be like over a 26.2 miles, but I'm so tempted to try this shoe out over the 26.2 miles in a couple of weeks to see what it actually does. Because at the moment, I'm sort of going with the Saucony Speed for my virtual marathon. But now I've been running in this, it's kind of given me, well, it's a nice sort of decision to have to make, but it's kind of making me think that I should be running in this, because this is a really, really good shoe. The biggest problem I've got is the price. I just wish that they would make this shoe more affordable, so people, you know, can choose necessarily between it and the Saucony Speed. Again, probably not the right shoe. I should be comparing it against the Pro. And you ask me, Fordy, which would you buy out of this and the Pro? Well, the Pro, to me, is still up there, and I think is a better package than this. But I see this more of a comparison against the Speed, which is probably wrong. Out of these two, and I'll do a video against the comparing them, I think that's still better over a 10k. I'm talking about the Meta Racer. But over the half marathon distance, now this could be an absolute winner. And that was the thing with the Hyperion Tempo. As a half marathon shoe, for us mere mortals, that shoe is awesome. Really, really good shoe with that DNA flash midsole. It is a great half marathon shoe. But now they've gone and stuck a carbon plate in it. Oh, I don't know, people. I'm going to need your help on this one. So, this is down to you. Let me know in the comments. Do you think I should be running this in my next marathon on October the 4th? Or do you think I should be thinking about the Saucony Speed? It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a hard life.